You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A man from Quakertown entered a not guilty plea yesterday in Luzerne County Court. 37-year-old Joseph Allen Sarmiento is accused of killing Helena Johnson at the Red Carpet Inn in Hazel Township back on June 4th. State police responded to room 201 after Sarmiento called 911 to tell them he found his girlfriend unresponsive in a bathtub. The two had been staying at the hotel for approximately 3 weeks and allegedly got into an argument that morning. Sarmiento told police he went to visit his father in New York after the fight and came back the next day to find Johnson dead. She sustained injuries to her head, neck, and eyes, and video surveillance showed that nobody except Sarmiento entered or left the room that day. He was charged with homicide and remains in jail without bail. A West Hazleton man's facing drug charges following an investigation in Luzerne County. Authorities learned that 28-year-old Emmanuel Martinez de la Rosa was allegedly dealing meth, fentanyl, and cocaine in the Hazleton area back in January of last year. Narcotics agents made controlled purchases with him that resulted in his arrest. He was charged with manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and criminal use of a communication facility. He was arraigned on April 23rd with bail set at $75,000. The Diocese of Scranton announced that Bishop Joseph Bambera tested positive for COVID-19 this morning. According to a press release, he's fully vaccinated and has received a booster shot. He currently has mild flu-like symptoms, has been in touch with his doctor, and is following all medical advice. Bishop Bambera said the coronavirus has impacted the lives of many in our community over the last 2 years. And while recent reports have indicated that we're moving out of the pandemic phase in the U.S., he encourages all to continue praying for our doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers who have been on the front lines of COVID, bringing healing to those who need it. The bishop will continue to conduct business remotely during his isolation period. Ballot drop boxes will be set up for the May 17th primary election, despite differences of opinions in Luzerne County. Some Republican County Council members brought up concerns about security at Dropbox locations during Wednesday's Board of Elections meeting. The election board already approved the use of drop boxes for the primary in 5 locations throughout the county. They include Hazleton City Hall, the Penn Place building in Wilkes-Barre, Misericordia University, the Pittston Library, and the Wright Township Volunteer Fire Department. Mail-in ballots will also be sent out to voters who requested them starting on Friday. And just a reminder, all ballots must be returned to the Election Bureau by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, May 17th. A New York City man's behind bars in Luzerne County Prison for allegedly assaulting a Wilkes-Barre police officer. Police were called to the Sherman Hills apartment complex shortly after 1 Wednesday morning for a report of a domestic disturbance. 23-year-old Tyrese William Worthen attempted to flee the scene, but officers quickly caught up with him. A struggle ensued, and Worthen allegedly kept shoving one officer and punched another in the face. He was charged with aggravated assault, resisting arrest, public drunkenness, and criminal mischief. He was taken to prison for lack of $100,000 bail. Charges have been refiled against a Pittston man who allegedly uploaded pornographic pictures of his ex-girlfriend to the internet. 22-year-old Tyler Zachary Spangenberg was charged twice before for allegedly uploading intimate pictures and videos of another ex-girlfriend, but the cases were thrown out. In the most recent case, he's been charged by state police with dissemination of photo or film of children engaged in sex acts, harassment, and unlawful dissemination of intimate images. He was arraigned and taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $20,000 bail. A winning Powerball ticket was sold yesterday, but unfortunately it wasn't in Pennsylvania. The estimated $473 million winning ticket was reportedly sold at a Quick Trip store in Gilbert, Arizona. The winning numbers were 11, 36, 61, 62, and 68, with the Powerball number 4. Powerball drawings are held every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday nights. The next drawing is this Saturday, where the estimated jackpot will be a mere $20 million. A commemoration was held in Harrisburg in remembrance of the Holocaust, and Wyln's Mackenzie Ocker has the story.
Governor Tom Wolf, along with the Pennsylvania Jewish Coalition and state and local representatives, came together for the 30th annual civic commemoration of the Holocaust in Harrisburg. The ceremony included the recognition of Holocaust survivors with children and grandchildren of survivors in attendance.
It was exploited by leaders who built support by fanning the flames of that fear and anger. And that is why every one of us shares a responsibility to guard against hate, to speak out against discrimination, and take action to end violence.
Through data from the Pennsylvania State Police, hate crimes in the state have increased over the past 2 years. In 2016 to 2019, the Commonwealth has seen an average of 88 hate crimes annually, while in 2020, hate crimes rose to 111, and in 2021 climbed to 219.
But it was an evil built on a broader foundation of bias, discrimination, hatred, and bigotry that remains far too common today and all too familiar even these many decades later.
To take a stance on hate crimes, Wolf has asked PSP and other members of the Wolf administration to join the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission and the Anti-Defamation League to track and stop hate crimes. This year, the Wolf administration has announced $5.23 million will go to protect religious places and nonprofit organizations against bias and hate crimes.
We must remember the horrors of the past, but more than that, we must act together to build peace today. By working together every day to reject bigotry and promote peace and acceptance, we actually can stop hatred in its tracks. We can build a better future for our Commonwealth, and we can build a better future for our world.
The Wolf administration as a whole are asking Pennsylvanians to pray for peace and to treat others with kindness. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Coming up on Wyln News, more on kids and vaccines, plus details on opening weekend at Knoebels. First, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's sunny out, so break your sunglasses.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Like and follow Wyln News on Facebook for the midday Wyln News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. powered by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. The all-new emergency room at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is nearly double the size. Our updated facility features all private rooms, the latest technology, and a quicker, easier check-in process. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your partner in ER care.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
at 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
Moderna asked the FDA to expand the use of its COVID-19 vaccine to children ages 6 months to 5 years. Children under 5 are the only group in the U.S. ineligible to receive a COVID vaccine. The Pfizer vaccine is available to anyone as young as 5, while Moderna and Johnson & Johnson shots are only available to adults. Moderna's vaccine for children 6 months to 5 years old is given as 2 25 microgram doses 4 weeks apart, a quarter of what's given to adults. The drug maker's request will now be considered by the FDA, which is expected to make a final decision by June. Rockin' the River's returning to the River Common for 3 Fridays in July. The free summer concert series will run from 5 to 9 p.m. along the Susquehanna River. Bands kicking off Rockin' the River on July 15th include Teddy Young and the Rugged Individuals, the Idle Kings, and Danny V's 52nd Street Band. Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentlemen and the Taxman will perform July 22nd. Southside 5 and Mike Miz and the Northeast Extension will perform July 29th, and the final act will be announced at a later date. Wilkes-Barre Council will vote tonight to temporarily suspend the city's ordinance prohibiting open consumption of alcoholic beverages to allow for the sale of alcohol at Rockin' the River. Food trucks will be on hand for the event as well. Knoebels Amusement Resort is celebrating its 96th season in Elysburg. Starting this weekend, Knoebels will be open on Saturdays from noon to 7 and Sundays from noon to 6, then daily from Memorial Day to Labor Day. As always, it's free admission, free parking, free entertainment, and free picnic facilities. Knoebels also launched a new smartphone app that helps you plan your day at the park, navigate ride times, shop for tickets, and more. Be sure to visit Knoebels' website to find out more on their 2022 season schedule. Coming up on Black Creek Township's News Choice, we've got Safe with us one last time in Community and You, plus Leading the Way, Part 4. Stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome to Community and You, and we are going to continue our conversation with Eileen Perchak, the Executive Director of SAFE. And I was just thinking back, you were part of the tornado?
Yes, we were. We were part of the tornado back in, I believe it was 2018. The tornado that went through Wilkes-Barre decimated our office, so we had to move out. And then it took us about 18 months to find a new office. We were like vagabonds. We went anywhere that had Wi-Fi. We were in every Starbucks, McDonald's, anybody that would let us sit there for hours on end. It took us about 18 months to find a new office, and we did. And we got settled in, and we were there 11 months, and COVID hit. So we were completely shut down. We had to move out of there because we couldn't fundraise. We couldn't afford the rent. So our own Pat Gans was kind enough to let us to come into her building, and we unpacked everything from storage, moved into her building, and 10 months later her building sold. So we yet again put all our stuff in storage and set out on our quest to find yet another office, and I'm happy to say that we are finally in an office. Our new office is 100 North Conahan Drive in Hazelton, and I'm never moving again.
And Eileen says that with conviction and promise.
Promise.
Promise. Now, you mentioned the fact that you weren't able to fundraise. So SAFE is not a national organization?
It is not. We are a small, very small nonprofit. We are a 501c3. We rely solely on our fundraising efforts, our grants, and donations from people in the community. So we have to do all of that to be self-sustaining.
All right. So when people hear SAFE and you're going to all these events, what do you do for fundraising?
We have a couple large events every year. We have one coming up this May 14th. It's called our Drive for Autism, which is our huge event. I'm happy to say we sold out in 6 hours this year. We did. The golf team sold out in 6 hours. Our sponsorships have been fantastic. We do still have some $100 whole sponsors, so if anybody out there would like to do a whole sponsorship for their company, you can contact us. Then we also have in October, we do Pause for a Cause. Pause for a Cause is underneath our 501, and we're raising money to get an individual a service dog. So in October, out at Whitetail Preserve, we do a 5K, 10K dog jog out there. It's a fabulous event. It's pet friendly, kid friendly. We have raffle baskets. The priest comes and blesses all the pets, and we have a big race, and it's a great event.
Now, if anyone, and you mentioned this, that if anyone would like to get involved, so where do we find you? Especially, I'm sure that you must be on social media.
Absolutely. We have a website. Our website is www.autismsafe.org. Our Facebook page is SAFE. You find us there at s.a.f.e. because if you don't do it that way, it's not us. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can find us on any social media out there.
For anyone who might be hearing about your organization for the first time, is there any kind of paperwork that you would have to fill out or anything such as that if you either had a child or yourself might want to take part?
Sure. We encourage anybody to call us. Our new phone number is 570-795-8100. We welcome any kind of questions. If we can't get the answer for you, we will find it for you. We have a list of resources for behavioral therapists, all that kind of stuff, doctors, special needs trust attorneys, all those kinds of things. So if anybody has any questions, please call us. We have a $35 a year membership per family, but that includes everything. That is your swimming lessons, your camping, art, social programs, that's everything. We have never turned a family away for inability to pay. So if that's a hardship for you to pay that $35, you just contact us. I contact our board of directors. They give a thumbs up and we would provide a scholarship for that as well.
Now, you had mentioned previously when we talked to you about also having adults that were involved. So is it the same for them?
It is. The adults are the same. Our adult group, we asked them to kind of step up this year to help with the fundraising efforts, and if they physically couldn't fundraise, to come and volunteer at our events so that we can put a face to what we're raising money for. People like something tangible. Mm-hmm. They want to see where their money's going. So we like to encourage our members, whether they're younger or older, to come out and help so that people see it.
Can you use volunteers?
We can always use volunteers, always.
All right. I want you to look right there in the camera, and I want you to tell everybody about that $100 golf hole and all the other things that are going on there. Elaine.
All right. We have our golf tournament May 14th at Sugarloaf Golf Course. We still have $100 hole sponsors. If you have a company out there or you personally want to donate, you'll get a yard sign on a hole. We have raffle baskets that are open to the public. They are fantastic. The tournament is May 14th at Sugarloaf Golf Course. Tee off at 9 a.m. We'll be there all day. Come on down.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
You're awesome. And we're very glad that we had the opportunity to catch up with this busy lady on Community and You.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the Dairy Bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton, your ER partner.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Wyln CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at 647 State Route 93, Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania 18249 during regular business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org. Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So our own Chris Fulmer's leading the way again into part 4 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Chris Fulmer. So what are some of your biggest achievements? I know we talked about your book, being on TV. What are some of those big achievements in your life, and what are some of the challenges you faced in life, just going through life in general?
Well, my biggest achievement, I think one of them would be helping to win 6 cents in 6th grade. It was area academic competition in the Times News area, and Tamaqua area's team that year with me on it was the champions, which I felt was a big accomplishment. I did graduate college with honors, which a lot of people didn't think I was going to make, and being able to hold a steady job this year for this long here at Wyln is certainly a plus. I do have to overcome self-doubt a lot. I do think I have imposter syndrome that I have to overcome myself, but I tried my best to try and think positive and do what I can.
Yeah, I have the same kind of thing. Just getting that book done, being here right now, how does it all feel?
Well, I suppose it feels like I am making somewhat of a difference in the world, which, as I've noted in previous segments, I really want to do because I want people to remember me positively long after I'm gone. So I hope that through the pages of my book that people will see that there is hope for people with autism or other similar conditions that people think might hold them back, and that parents can understand there is hope for their children.
All right, folks. Check back tomorrow night as Chris continues leading the way into part 5 of this week's final segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.